a podcast created by two guys brought together by movement, transformed into brotherhood. The boys share their authenticity as they deep dive into what it means to explore this human experience. Shedding light on personal trials and accumulated wisdom, Conscious Collingwood is meant to provoke thought and insight to expand your personal awareness. Come along for the journey as Justin and Jeff exemplify what it means to be a man living wholeheartedly, balancing the divine, masculine, and feminine. Welcome to Conscious Collingwood. Our podcast for 2020, the end of 2023 and on to a new year, 2024, which in numerology is the number 8. It's a completion cycle. So all the work you've put in last few years, it's pretty much the love you poured out into the world. It's shown back to you. It's time to harvest. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I'm not typically a New Year's resolution, New Year's person. I don't know, just another day. But I feel a different energy going into this year. Yeah, I'm excited.
Dude, I'm stoked. Oh, I'm stoked. It's going to be a good year. I'm really, really, really happy.
Well, I don't think it could be worse than last.
No. Way to team me up. Yeah, no, I don't think it could ever be as bad as it was. But yeah, I don't believe it ever will be.
Lots of lessons learned.
Lots of lessons learned, a lot of feelings felt, a lot of wisdom gained, and yeah, I'm content. I'm at peace and happy with how I lived, how I went through it, how I showed up.
Yeah,
I had a very successful year in many accounts.
100%.
Just also a lot of hurdles to go through. And I think those hurdles were to sum them up, were just like deep lows, deep sadness and loneliness. Yeah, loneliness is a very interesting emotion to feel. I think we all feel it, but to some degree. But when you're truly like remove all the security and safety and connection, then you really have this like recalibration. Your physical body, your nervous system has to recalibrate to be like, you're alone now. Like it's like being out in the wilderness, you know? You're like, wow, I'm still alive, but I have to like figure out how to feel safe, feel whole within myself without any external love or connection. So it was a trip, man. And yet, there was, and it got me through it. Like the community was amazing. It's different.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, like I have a community, but I'm also a sovereign individual that has to go home to himself at night.
Yeah, I mean, you're not really taking the community home with you. In your heart, you are.
Yeah.
But we're not all getting in a minivan and going to
Justin's
your
house.
place.
And yeah. It's incredibly insane.
Yeah.
That'd be an insane thing.
I think one of the, because I'm a little bit older than you, and through maybe a touch more, is one day you will be able to look back, and you know this, but you'll be able to look back and go, wow, all those dots connect.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm so thankful I went through all that. And I also believe that because you're so open to receiving and experiencing, you collapsed a lot of time and experienced a lot because of how open you were. You didn't numb it. You didn't run away from it. You just said, bring it on, and I'll just keep encountering it. So it's like, just kind of keep feeding it to you.
Yeah.
That's from the outside looking in. That's kind of what I see.
That's a great reflection.
Because if you were to want to close up and run away from it or avoid the conversations or the feelings and stuff, then it just prolongs the process. But you didn't numb yourself. You took it all head on and I think with great dignity and
Thanks,
integrity,
bro.
and yeah.
It was funny. Ari and I, and Dan, we were having a conversation about like trust and how how we trust other people. And one thing that was like we all agreed on was that person has to be like in full engagement with their life process, and they're not shying away from the truth of themselves. Like, what do you like? People that are hiding things, they're hiding parts of themselves. And I think this year was a big like, I had, one person know everything about me, and then to nobody knowing much about me, but in that opening up of who I am and my life, it gave me like the most rich friendships I've ever had. So it it changed form from one individual that was like a relationship, a loving relationship, to friendship, which is quite interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Good reflection. That's interesting. Change form.
Change form. It always changes form. So like if you didn't feel loved um, from your mom, but you maybe felt loved from your dad,
Mm-hmm.
it just changed form. But if you focus on you not receiving love from your mom and then being like, I wasn't loved as a child, but you were,
Mm-hmm.
it was just a different form.
Yeah. I get
And you were
that.
more focused on the lack instead of the beauty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was going to go somewhere else, but I think we should stay on. I think we should stay on
I don't
point
know
with the new
how we
year.
got there.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know how we got there. Sorry,
it's
guys.
beautiful introduction.
Yeah.
Uh,
So,
go ahead.
yeah, we were going to talk about our greatest lessons and takeaways, and how we're moving into 2024.
Yeah. Simply put, I posed this question to Terry and my brother-in-law the other night there in the hot tub in the cauldron, and it was just as simple as, what are you leaving behind in 2023, and what are you expanding on into 2024 that worked well for you. And I think it'd be fun to talk about what we're proud of from this year as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what what lessons or what are you leaving behind? Do you want to kick it off? Do you want to share?
I feel like I just
You
talked
think
my
you got
face
that?
off for a second.
I'll let you breathe.
Yeah, you go.
Uh, I just shared with you before we got on camera here on the mics that I actually kind of struggled to find, if you want to call them negatives, because I think that's where our mind tends to go. It's like, well, what do I have to leave behind? And it's like I learned lots, but they weren't severe negatives.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something that comes to mind right away is when I was out west to do that speech and be a part of this business conference is just how quickly I became unconscious in my life. And I think my back going out was a part of me not being fully aware of my emotions, what I was getting involved in, not paying attention to how I was truly feeling. I was trying to avoid it and put on a brave face and, oh, I don't have to be nervous for this, and
Mm-hmm.
all the other stuff that went on in that trip. And it was crazy to me how quickly my body responded. And it was like, oh, wake up, bitch. You got lots to feel here.
Mm.
Oh, you don't want to feel it, or you want to
Mm-hmm.
ignore it? I'll give you something to feel.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, you can't get out of bed for 4 days? Yeah, pay
Yeah.
attention.
Sit you down.
So I was reflecting on that, just thinking about
Mm.
how impactful that 4 days was. Like I literally could write an essay on the amount of takeaways I had from that. So that was really poignant for me,
Probably should.
just for my own practice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
If you can say it, might as well
Yeah, put in writing.
put it in writing.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that by the end of the week, Jeffrey.
Okay, professor.
On the desk.
Other lessons, I think, if I was to get ahead of myself and say what I was proud of this year, I think I really stepped into what it means to be a conscious parent and be that much more present. I know I have in the past, and that could be in the realm of providing, yes, driving, taking them things, whatever that might be, trips, etc. But I think emotionally, I was way more present and aware of the girls and Terry, and I think that awareness has definitely strengthened, especially our teenager Ella. It's definitely strengthened our relationship, and me witnessing when it's time to engage, when it's time to give her space, um, and yeah, just choosing the right words, the right timing, all that sort of stuff. So I really want to expand on that. I don't want to expand, just continue what I'm doing, carry that momentum into the new year. Don't lose sight of what that means to everybody in our family.
The
Because
importance
even
of the practice.
what's that?
The importance of
Yeah,
engaging in the relationship that way.
yeah. So that segues into the lessons of just witnessing myself as a father. And I don't think, I mean, people will say this online. You'll hear it from time to time, and being a parent is the most important job you have. And I think I've probably taken that for granted. I think this year I really recognized how important that is. Especially as the girls will grow up here, and Ella being into high school now, her first year, and just dealing with friend circles and the pressure she'll feel as a teenager. It's gonna be really important that she can trust her parents and rely on us. And yeah, I feel like I'm really stepping into that role, so that's fun. Yeah,
Good one. Oh, man. What a great dad.
well, thanks. It's not easy.
No, wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, I feel a real urge to learn more. Like I got Dr. Shafali's one of her books, and she's got a couple out, but I want to read this one first. And she's a wizard when it comes to using words and helping people understand what it means to be a conscious parent. And I think that's the reason why our world's in a dumpster fire right now. Is there's just so much chaos, right? The lineage of parenting and just the trauma being passed down. And it's if I'm gonna leave a legacy behind, it has to start with me and changing the patterns that are in our family. That's no disrespect to how we were raised, or
Just was.
whether it's our family or in our family tree. It's just is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
It's all you can control is you.
that's right. So yeah, looking forward to building on that.
Love that.
Yeah,
Phenomenal. Amazing.
yeah. And other than that, dude, I don't. I mean, we'll talk about this more, I suppose, but too, it's just me being myself and what I've attracted into my life when it comes to friendships and stuff like this last year. Like you've already alluded to it earlier on there, but it's like the community that's been created through the studio and then outside of it as well is just insane. So I just a reminder to myself to just keep doing what I'm doing, and it'll continue to produce beauty.
Yeah. With those friendships, it's the quality of connection. It's something to really behold.
Yeah. And I love that because you'll get individual notes, and I know I'll share from time to time or get one from someone, and you're just like, where does this come from? Like it's just genuine love.
Yeah. People
and appreciation.
Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Yeah.
It's the love boomerang. You're living in integrity with you, your soul, and your higher self. And someone is now inspired by you, just living in integrity, being honest, being kind, being good. And then they share that love back to you because they received it. And you just had to shine like a star. Because you're on your own mission, and we all have our own challenges, but being genuinely a good person, doing the work and putting in effort and showing up to the best of your abilities with the energy that you have that day is inspiring. It's real.
Yeah.
I received a lot of that this year. I received so much of that in moments that have challenged me, I always go back to that. I am doing good in the world.
Yeah.
I'm doing good in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I love what I do. Just sick.
100%.
So I didn't love what I did for a really long time.
Yeah, I hear you. That grind can be
So that's it?
No, can I continue?
Please.
I had something else pop in. You know, for me, someone has grinded, for lack of a better term, for a long time, witnessing myself slow down provided a lot of fruits, and I would love to expand on that more and not get caught up into the hustle and bustle, because I've already caught myself, like, even going into the new year, my grind, like, I had this mentality of, I want to grind in December here. I want to push. And, you know, I do like listening to the likes of Ed Milet once in a while. I think he has a really good message. And his whole thing is separation season. And when people are slowing down for the holidays and they take a couple weeks off or a month off or more, that's the time when you can accelerate past them, whether it's individually or in a business. And so I'm not saying he didn't plant the seed in my head, but I have this conditioning, if you will, to want to grind and push. And I caught myself going, no, you don't want that. Like, you just had a beautiful year of getting away from that. Like, what are you trying to prove, right? And I found myself wanting to take on more and whatever else. And so, all that to say, I did reflect and recognize that less is more, and I can still push myself, but I'm only going to really chase the stuff that lights me up. Like, if it's a fuck yeah, then okay, we're going to go full bore. But if it's lukewarm, if it's a hell no, for sure. But I mean, if it's one that's just kind of wishy washy, stay away from that. Like, you don't chase that just because you feel like you need to fill a void or whatever that might be. So, for me personally, there's accumulated a lot of wisdom around that topic, and less is more. And I go faster. I'm going to go faster if I'm more focused on what lights me up. So I'm actually getting more done.
Yeah. Because you're connected.
Yeah.
You're actually conscious. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You're conscious.
Yeah.
You are in, and that's conscious. Being conscious is being fully present in the moment and honoring the moment with whatever energy.
Yeah.
You obviously need to get things done, but do it consciously.
Yeah. And if I'm being transparent too, like, even we're into 3 days into the new year already, and I had a great we had a great New Year's Eve, and I continued on after everyone left.
Yeah, you did.
And I'm still recovering from that. But the momentum, like, I'm just still like, no, just take your time. Like, you still have the whole year. So I'm just being kind. Like, I don't need to just get on the treadmill or start running that race right away. It's just like, just ease into the momentum. Just let it build. You know, that's for me personally.
So yeah, we're gonna do a cleanse actually of the studio, but I am not gonna put it January 1st.
There's just so much energy going on.
There's so much energy.
It's the change of the seasons. It's from Christmas to the New Year, and then just the.
I don't want it to be about that.
No.
That's a great takeaway. And your essence, we know through astrology, double Aries, is to fuck it. It's fiery. It's like, give me the challenge. Like, I want to grind. I you're driven.
Yeah.
So good for you for taming the dragon, dude.
But all that to say yes too. But like you were just adding on there is making sure I'm properly aligned. So then when I do set fire, it's just like,
let's go. Yeah, it's true. It's true passion.
Yeah.
Great. Love that. Anything else?
Not for now.
That's good. Great.
Yeah. I mean, there's probably a lot more lessons, but those are probably two of the more important ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or 2 or 3, whatever I shared there.
Yeah. Wonderful. Yeah, I've thought about this a lot because I really want to be calculated with my words and conscious. I don't know. Like, this year is very close to my heart. That's just how it feels for me. and I obviously now I know vulnerability allows others to feel into an experience um, and resonate with it, and maybe it supports them. So I really try to be calculated with my reflections on the podcast. This year's lessons. Where am I going to start? I had many lessons. Like, some of my greatest takeaways is I learned how to grow a business, and I created a community with my best friends, and it was the most fulfilling, enriching, and life-giving processes of my life. It truly inspired me to um, see my potential and the potential of love when you share love with the world and what you get back. Um, I learned about loneliness, the deep loneliness, because leaving a 10-year relationship, um, your body, your nervous system, and your mind are acclimated to being with that person, that energy, that person's soul. And it was, I think at the start, easier. There was a relief, and maybe because of due to the tension between us. Um, but then deep sadness like follows, and the depths of loneliness for the first time, and your nervous system and your mind and your heart and your body really getting acclimatized to being alone again, which is terrifying. It's scary. um, it was a deep experience, and a beautiful way to strengthen the like reminding myself, like, I got my own back,
Mm.
you know? And I feel very lucky for the support systems that the friends that I have, um, the friends I've made. And yeah, it would have been, I couldn't imagine if I was a drywaller,
Going through that.
I didn't have a community of people. I wasn't doing like well. Like, if I wasn't healthy, strong, and had purpose, I can see how that ruins people. So much so. And so that was a huge eye opener to, yeah, life. Life really came for me. It was like, it's time to grow up in many ways and be alone for the first time. For the first time, being alone. And that process should never be rushed.
Yeah.
That's also something I learned. It's a process of, like, being with source and really knowing you're never alone. Um, and cultivating that strength and that backbone so that you can feel strong, capable, and confident again. Yeah. What else did I learn? There's a lot of lessons within it.
Yeah.
What
They're like micro ones, right?
They're micro ones. I think the greatest lesson was coming home to myself and being whole with my process, my past, and knowing that all that I can really do about it is be conscious of it, work on myself, and heal what I know and be a good person and love fully and live with purpose and passion and know that it's actually the nature of life that you're meant to go into some deep challenges to get to know yourself and that I chose to get to know myself over hiding or numbing or running away from my reality or and numbing could be alcohol to chasing girls to um, all that and I really was conscious to just sit with myself. Fuck, what a year, dude. I have never been so like I've never spent so much time alone. That's the craziest thing.
Yeah.
You know? And I think a lot of people sometimes want to break. Like I remember being in a relationship and thinking like, oh nice. She's going away for the weekend. This is great.
Yeah.
But yeah, being alone for so long, it's like it's very interesting. You learn to I think a very important thing also is to learn to love being alone like with yourself. Like oh my god, there's so much like beauty in just caring for yourself, learning to love yourself and and it's the little things each day. Like I fell in love with like preparing myself food and being like, you know what, I'm gonna take myself to hot yoga tonight. Or I'm gonna do like a restorative class or I'm gonna get stoned and paint. You know? It was really beautiful. It was a year of just like being with, yeah, falling in love with myself, my life, my process.
Wow, what a journey. It sounds like a little holiday for yourself.
It was
It doesn't feel like that, but it
yeah,
kind of the way
definitely doesn't feel like that.
from the outside looking in, it's like, wow, it just looks like a little holiday.
Yeah, no, it was the most heart-wrenching year of my life. I had to learn to trust people again. I had to learn to yeah, fuck.
Well,
It was
not to
heart-wrenching,
interject,
dude.
but like as a silly example, like if the girls carry her away for say a weekend or even just overnight or something, I'm here by myself. It is a very weird feeling. The house being so quiet. Um, yeah, sure, it can maybe nice to call it have a break or whatever, but it's a very eerie feeling. It's like yeah, it's not that welcome. It's a little scary. So I
Yeah.
can't imagine for the duration of time you have done that, what that would actually feel like.
Yeah. And well, it's like losing your best friend because like we had the best time together.
Hmm.
We were so it was so much fun. It was a beautiful relationship in so many ways.
Yeah.
So it was so heartbreaking to lose a best friend.
Mm. You said something that made me think about class yesterday and this morning, and the idea of being with yourself. And we talked about this briefly, but I was in class this morning, and there's a person like in a yoga class, and they're on their cell phone. Now, maybe it was an emergency, or they're waiting on some news. I don't know, but it's very interesting and fascinating that they can't avoid that for an extra 20 minutes. And then this one young lady from yesterday was just so fidgety in class, and I can only imagine her mind was spinning. Again, I may be creating stories, but it was just it was palpable. It's like you're really fighting this, you know. And I think thankfully I've been even since I was a teenager. Like I enjoy playing golf by myself. I didn't mind it, and I think thankfully I've been blessed with I don't know what you want to call that the willingness or desire to be introspective and be with my thoughts. I've never been someone who kind of runs away from it. Um, so yeah, if you're someone out there who there's so much to learn inside if you get quiet and get still and be with yourself, right? So a question I have for you then, and you may have already answered this, but like, did you recognize any blind spots that you might not have seen if it wasn't for the time alone, whether it's you weren't as confident as you thought you were, or
Oh yeah.
like you were completely changed.
Oh yeah, dude. And I feel like I actually uncovered a lot of those. I think I uncovered them throughout the year. But yeah, there were some big ones. Like I realized I truly never made my house a home,
Hmm.
and I think that's an important thing because we have reptilian reflexes, and we have a nervous system that's primal, so it's survival based. And if you're never truly settled into a house, is it really home? And what's the effect of that resonance, that energy that you feel in that space going to have over a long period of time? But also, being a very conscious person, it feels pretty good to be home, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So, in the break, I gave up what I felt like was the majority of my things, or our things, and it was now like making my house a little home that I can really just feel comfortable in. And I recently like purged so much of my past. Like we got a call from bylaw about the amount of garbage out in front of the house.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we're getting it taken care of. But fuck, dude, no joke. All of us in the house too. Like Ari and Dan did it. I did it, but I had a lot. Not like a lot. I don't have many things, but
No,
just
the bylaw was called.
Yeah, like yeah, and it felt so good to get rid of that stuff. And then I've just been like slowly, creating things, bringing things into my house, like small things like rugs and mirrors and fucking little knickknacks. I ran into Terry at Home Sense the other day, and I'm just perusing for things. Right now, I'm gonna sand. Ari and Dan um, got a new kitchen table, and their old one's wonderful, but I want to paint it and I want to refinish it. Um, so I'm gonna do that. That's a fun little project, and it's just making my house a home again. I hung up my artwork for the first time almost ever, like my big pieces, and that was super cool. Blind spots. That's the thing. Blind spots have to be reflected back to you because they're your blind spots. So Ariana says my organization, my ability to be organized, which is true. I was just never taught how to be organized. It's always like there is order. I'm a Virgo, like I'm very orderly and I like things a certain way, and I do get things done, but I don't have checklists. I don't have like actual like factual order that makes sense and is trackable because it's all in my brain, right? So that was a blind spot, Sean, to me. And oh, that's all. It's
No, you've shared lots. It
was beautiful.
Yeah,
I liked it. That was a good question. But I want to say that we talk about it, but the greatest defeat is losing your mind. And the mind and the body are the two sides of the same coin within a sphere, which is your soul. But let's stick with the coin. The mind and the body, if you don't live in your body, if you don't feel at home in your body, and or you can't sit with your thoughts, you're constantly fidgeting, you're trying to distract yourself constantly, you're close to losing your mind. Your mind's trying to escape your body because you're not actually calling your body a home, and the body reflects the mind. So the health of the body reflects the health of the mind. So if you're thinking depressive thoughts, if you're, look into your health real quick. How are you sleeping? How are you eating? How are you breathing? How are you moving?
Mm-hmm.
And how are you thinking?
Yeah. I feel bad I was criticizing those two examples of those individuals that were in class, because that could be the start of their journey of becoming aware
Yeah,
of
it is. And
their bodies and their mind
yeah,
and stuff. So I take it back a little bit. But
it's also
those examples.
polarity so that you can, like, if it was never reflected back to you, there wouldn't be a world to support.
Mm-hmm.
So great. There'll
Yeah.
always be those people.
Mm-hmm.
Always be
Yeah.
the polarity of it all.
Yeah.
Just you have to see it as an opportunity.
Mm-hmm. I think so. I kind of shared what I was proud of, and I think in summary, people that listen to you would be able to almost guess what you'd be proud of. But if you were to summarize it in a sentence or a word or an
What I'm
essay,
proud of,
what would you say you're proud of?
I'm proud of my belief in myself. Like, I truly, truly believe that I'm going to have a beautiful life and that there's lessons to be learned and wisdom to be gained and experiences that I was meant to experience regardless of how hard they were, so that I can learn to love and live a little bit more fully. I'm really proud of myself for that perspective. And I'm really proud of myself for my success this year in my work, which is, yeah, a dream come true. But it is like the love boomerang returning back. Make the world a better place. Live in alignment with your with who you are. Live within your values and in integrity. And yeah, it was reflected back to me, which is beautiful. I feel at home. I feel secure. I feel strong. I feel confident. And I feel very healthy. So going into 2024, I am very excited
Mm-hmm.
and optimistic.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here thinking about the timing of it all.
Yeah.
It's just you're entering a new calendar year, feeling like you're fulfilled and you've learned the lessons. Not that there aren't any more to learn from this or not, but
Oh
it's
yeah,
just
always. There's always more to learn.
like that. Yeah, you're geared up and ready to go. Yeah.
I'm so freaking geared up for 2024, babe.
You got a big January come up here. The talented thing too is there's no goddamn sun. It really is.
23 days, no sun.
It's
I was shirtless working out yesterday.
yeah, a little bit.
I needed it. It was warm.
Yeah,
it was warm. It was nice.
Yeah.
I got 15 minutes,
and
it was good. Like, I needed it.
Yeah, and I think what you have planned for the end of the month is just gonna almost release you from the slingshot. Like,
I'm going on I booked myself a dream vacation. I'm going on a soul journey. It's just exciting.
yeah, the last year wasn't long enough. We'll do it. We'll extend it.
Yeah. Yeah. You want me to you go, or you want me to keep going?
Yeah, I mean, I think
My excitement of 2024.
We've talked about our 2023s, so we could share what we're excited about in 24.
Well, I'm gonna share it because I'm already feeling it. So my 2024 is described in archetypal language. So archetypes are pretty much a description of an energy, and I'm embodying the king. So the king archetype. Even if you look into tarot, that's a good way of understanding it. And the king, a good king, an honorable king, somebody that rules, who is stable, secure, respected, is an honorable man and lives within integrity of his soul, his heart, and leads from that place. So I, I'm a business owner now, and I get to lead and I get to foster, a group of people to really come together and create magic for the world and healing and beauty. So that is really what I'm stepping into, and also my outside of work life too, being stable, secure, at home, has his kingdom, is doing all those things. That feels just like so cool too. And that's really describing my 2024. It is a completion cycle. It's like, it's really exciting energy to just like go into, because there's so much possibility. So as long as you can keep your heart open and live, from your heart, you're gonna receive something. I don't know what it is, but I'm open. And one thing I do know is love always wins. So hold the faith.
Yeah.
Just keep pouring love into this world and trying to make a difference. But yeah, I booked my trip to San Diego, where I'm doing a mandala painting workshop. And a mandala it's a circle, but it really is a reflection to you of your, and this is guided by your soul. So he brings you into deep meditation and questioning. And also we have a process each day and night to talk to our soul, to give us images right now in preparation. So I'm starting to do these meditations and get visuals in my mind that, it's my super conscious, my soul would be giving to me, to put into my New Year's mandala. And that I will be able to, at the end of I'm done painting it, throughout the year, just be able to look back at it and reflect and be like, oh, interesting, like, huh, I drew a bird here. That and I saw a bird.
Yeah. Nice one.
Or something like that,
Yeah.
That's funny.
Is there a skill set required? It's just whatever your soul, whatever intuitive movements come out of your hand to canvas is what the painting is, or do you have to any
Some
sort of skill
can
set?
be. No, like, you don't have to have a skill set. You just have to have an open mind to it all. And I think you may think it's an upper hand to have artistic ability, like I do. More might be interpreted. I'll get more than maybe someone that doesn't have the skills and ability to paint. So it's definitely my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And then I'm going up to, I was talking to your brother and Steve about, I'm going up to Joshua Tree, to the desert, because they say the desert's where you go to find your soul. And I know my soul. I live in my soul each day, but I want to see what is ignited there. And I love beauty within. I'm really stoked to run the desert trails and get the freaking sun on my skin. I'm gonna be in short shorts
Yeah, short
the
shorts
whole
and
time.
burnt.
I'm getting out of the airport, and as soon as the tarp's coming off,
Yeah.
I can't handle.
No.
the
San Diego's a
darkness of
beautiful airport too.
Ontario.
You land there, and it's a nice
Gorgeous.
airport.
It's really stunning.
Yeah.
That's 2024 for Jay. I'm leading with confidence, and I'm also connecting my. I'm going into my masculinity. So last year I had to be very feminine. I had to care for myself. I had to nurture my soul. I had to heal my heart. But now it's time to step into my strength, my power, which is my masculine essence, and speak clearly and my truth.
Do you have any major goals or anything you're looking to attain that's tangible that you're willing to share? I don't mean relationship stuff like that. Those
No,
are
no,
that
no,
stuff
no.
there. But I mean
Yeah,
anything that
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, yeah.
The funny thing about me is I've always had goals and they've all come true. It's crazy within itself, but it's that drive to achieve and to fully participate in life. I actually don't have any goals right now, and that's actually one of the reasons I'm like, I do like I have a goal to um, create a very strong um, group of teachers at Everlove that are very connected and a team, a connected like community. That's a big goal I have, and to make sure that everybody feels supported, heard, inspired, empowered, um, especially our teachers, because that's kind of my
The
role.
foundation for the
My role. So,
space, yeah.
and also it's the foundation to what the community is going to experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's so much potential and beauty there. To be like the best yoga studio to work at,
Mm-hmm.
you know, yeah, I would love for anyone that teaches at Everlove to be like, that was teaching there was the best experience I've ever had, and I'll take those lessons with me for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
That's a goal I have this year. But other than that, I'm kind of just very open to the potential of it all.
The surrender.
I'm surrendered, dude. I'm. There's parts of me that are tired.
Yeah.
And it was funny. I did mediumship with Jen Cobb, and she said, what I see for you is you were just like moving down. It felt like a lazy river, but it was a stream. Like it was a stream and like I picture a beautiful like Ontario backcountry stream where there's like Canadian Shield coming up, and you can kind of like bank. And she's like, you keep swimming. You're exhausted. You keep swimming, but you know you can rest. Like you can crawl yourself on shore and just bask in the sun for a while. Take a break. The river's gonna keep flowing.
Yeah.
You get back into it when you're ready. And I think this trip is a little bit of a divine pause.
Mm-hmm.
It's taking myself out of my life. I haven't gone on vacation since 2020, so I've been very focused the last 4 years. So it's time to take myself out of the container and put myself into a new experience.
That's awesome.
Thanks, bro.
I think that's a goal in itself, is to surrender. There's a lot of effort that it takes to surrender.
Yeah, that's true. It's a lot harder than people think.
Yeah. Because our minds think we always, just the way we're conditioned,
Trying
we have to achieve, we have to pursue, all that sort of stuff. And yeah.
What's Aries saying? She's got about 1 billion, but like attracts like, and opposites heal. So if you are feeling burnt out and you're tired and all you ever do is exercise really hard, and you just keep exercising really hard, like attracts like. You're going to keep feeling the same way.
Yeah.
And opposites heal. So maybe going to a restorative class is going to help you feel a little bit more energy.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Love it. Nice.
All right, Jeff. 2024 for Jeffrey Allen Eichenberger. He is already a king. And that's one thing I really appreciate about you. You've taught me a lot how to be a king.
Well, thank you. You're welcome, I guess. I just try and be myself, and maybe that means I lead by example. I don't know, but
well, no, it's just
great.
embodied that archetype, you know, as a father, as a husband, as a business owner, as a guy,
Yeah.
you know, like you came in strength class and you were just hungry for the knowledge, you know. It wasn't about working out harder than anybody else. It was just you were happy to be there, content, and like eager to learn something. And I think that's also a king, is he doesn't have to be like he takes off his crown and dresses like everybody else to be in community and to be in connection, to be human, to gain knowledge and perspective.
Yeah. Jesus, where do you go with that?
Sorry, bro.
No. I'm thinking about the movie 300 with King Leonidas and stuff, and
yeah,
you know, he's in the trenches with the other soldiers, right? And
yeah,
the other Spartans, and leading by example that way. And yeah, I think that's where I shine the most. Just lead by example. That being said, though, I do try and be the hardest worker in the room.
Yeah, you do.
So if I show up to a strength class, I'm trying to be modest about it, I suppose. But it's the way I'm wired a little
that's
bit.
good. That's fine. Be that way.
Yeah,
Inspires.
I think being accountable, you know, and living in integrity is very important. But I think also what I benefit from is feeling like I know nothing. Like I don't really have an arrogance. Like I really feel like when I wake up in the morning and I feel like I'm a good father, but still going, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm here to learn today. Like how can I be better? What can I improve on from yesterday? You know, and same thing going to a yoga class or anything. It's like, okay, I wobbled today. What could I learn from that experience, or what did I learn from that person beside me, or whatever, right? So even though I feel like I've quote unquote mastered certain things, it's always having this humbled and modest feeling that I know nothing. I know absolutely nothing.
Yeah, me too.
We're just so small in this spinning rock. I fucking know nothing.
We're just learning each day.
Yeah.
Really, life is, you're constantly learning. You're taking in information just like, holy fuck.
Oh, can I just
Doesn't stop.
No, can I tell a stupid little story?
Yeah.
And then I'll get into my
I love your
So
stories.
this whole idea about being small and like just the tension we live in this world and all the chaos and stuff. I don't watch football at all, but there was a college football game on, and it's the Rose Bowl, and I guess is where it's like a semifinal game, so the winners go to the national title game, national championship, and there's like 200 people in this marching band in unison, and all I'm just thinking about, like, if you could zoom out into outer space, and everyone's fighting, there's wars going on. We have fucking people dressed up in the goofiest costumes, moving in perfect unison, playing instruments. And then there's 60,000 people laughing and cheering and carrying on. Like, humans are ridiculous.
It's so crazy.
It makes no sense at all.
Insane, dude.
There's so much bullshit going on. But then this is the most important thing right now. And it's just this band moving around this.
Yeah. And each of those little band people have purpose in it.
Yes.
And
I'm
it's
thinking
polarity.
About who signed, like, these people sign up with so much enthusiasm to do this. And it's beautiful. They played beautiful. The music's great and everything. And
all my best friends growing up in high school actually were in band. And they toured the States all summer long.
Yeah. Like, I can't imagine the amount of, it's an army. I can't imagine the amount of discipline, choreography, everything that goes, the discipline that goes into being in unison, because it's in perfect unison.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
They're all moving together.
Like what an art.
In resonance with each other.
But at the same time, it's like, human beings are just ridiculous.
Dude, I know. It's the funniest thing. The insanity of life is fucking funny. Because it's like, we got war and we got the marching band happening at the same time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And if you don't, the biggest piece here is, like, if you're not in control of your mind and your body, you're reacting to a war that you're not even close to. Because, you know, we're humans. Obviously, we care about other people, and it's horrible. And you're reacting to the marching band.
Yeah.
No wonder people are confused
100%.
if they're not connected. Oh man. And then us being conscious of it all, it's like, this is a simulation. Like, this is insane.
It's insane.
You know, I don't actually believe it's a simulation, but I think it's fucking hilarious to think about. Dude, it's wild. This world's so crazy.
A little sidetracked, but I thought that was funny.
That was great. No, that was good.
And I wasn't even hired anything. I'm just watching this, just in total sobriety, just watching this go like.
Yo, honestly, watching band high it's good. It's really good. All my friends in high school were in band. Yeah, they were really good.
Oh mercy! All right, what do I have lined up, or what am I excited for?
2024. What's your word? What's like? How are you moving into this?
Well, that's a good one. Okay, so Ariana offered that beautiful New Year's Day intention class, and the word I wrote down was strong, strength, strong. I wrote down strong. And then listening to the start of
Paul checked. Dude, I just made the connection. I was like, that's the tarot card 8 is strength.
That's right. And so when you sent me the link and I watched it, I was like,
oh, shit.
And he does a beautiful job explaining the meaning, the numerology behind the number 8. And
even in the tarot card, can I share?
Go ahead.
So the card has a lion, and it's enveloped, or just in love with this woman. And this woman has has an infinity sign above her head, and you can tell that her love to the lion has just lulled it over. Like it's smitten to her, and she but it's, what it's showing is that love can heal danger, and that is also the feminine strength, and like how her ability to be loving is strong, and is because anything but love is going to get you eaten.
Mm-hmm. I don't even want to use the word control because I feel that's a little aggressive, but
control. It's
yeah.
Well, you can be in control.
Yeah.
Without being
controlling.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's more of a feminine control than a masculine control.
Yeah. So it was trippy. So yeah, you sent me that link. So I watched the first. I can't wait to watch the rest of it. But I've watched 20 to 30 minutes of it, and so he does a beautiful job explaining this. When it came up, I was just like, I can't believe I wrote that word down.
Yeah.
And so the reason why, when Ari prompted the question, the reason I chose the word strong is just because I feel the strongest I've ever been, mentally, physically, spiritually. And that is due to the perseverance, the endurance that I've accumulated, like just the ability to just push through hard things. And so I really feel like, yeah, I'm going to be challenged and be pushed, but I feel like I have the tools now to really navigate my emotions, hopefully stay conscious in any situation, and cooler heads prevail. So yeah, for me, it's just the feeling, this force field of strength. It's just like I'm ready to pursue whatever's next, and continue to surrender, and attract what is meant for me. That's going to empower me, give me purpose, and fulfill me. And again, one of the things that came up for me at that purpose quest too was I just want to manifest joy, and that's really what it is now. And that could be a nice car, could be the boat, could be a trip, it could be a friendship, whatever. But it's just like, let's just focus on that emotion, that feeling.
Let's get our boating licenses.
Yeah, let's do that.
And then, yeah, who knows? Maybe boat comes into our life.
Yeah.
Can I reflect something back to you?
Sure.
It's, reflecting back on the card. It was the year of Jeff, 2023. It was very feminine energy. You've been in your masculine, like, get shit done, that energy for so long that you took a step back and were more feminine in energy towards yourself. and your expression, and what you did this year. So it's interesting now that you've recharged and are strong, and you gained strength within that time, being more feminine, if anything, and that's so cool. So now you have the strength to move forward.
Yeah.
Just direct that energy.
Yeah. Thank you. That's beautiful.
It's cool.
It definitely is cool. And I can still feel, and maybe this is only another month more, maybe it's a couple months, I don't know, but it feels like, yeah, I just need to just recharge a little bit longer. Why'd you look at the camera when you said recharge? You nervous?
Dude, no, I just don't trust it.
That's good. Um, but I just feel like a little more rest, and that could be the time of the year too. We're in winter and it's hibernation season, and just kind of get ready to, you know, get ready for spring and all that good stuff. So, you know, can't share too much right now, or I don't want to rather. But yeah, I have some business goals in mind, and so really just getting organized with that. As you can see by the office, Justin, there's a couple things I still need to clean up, and so if I was to really focus, 2 to 3 days like you, I want to purge more. I've got a storage unit that I've been hanging on to shit from when I started Ike's Turf. I got fucking stuff in there from 10 to
You
12
gotta
years
purge,
ago.
bro. You
And
gotta
I'm
purge.
like, I go in there and I know it, but it's like, well, I could probably use that stuff somewhere. I haven't fucking used it for 10 years. Guess where it's going? Either on Facebook, something, take it or leave it, or I will just remove it and let the universe bury it in the
I
dump.
can't tell you, nothing feels better.
Yeah.
It was a weight off
Yeah.
me.
Yeah. I don't think it's a scarce thing. It's just it's probably an Eichenberger trait too. We hang on to chunks of 2x4 because you think you're going to be able to build something out of it. And it's just
Yeah, dude. If I had a storage locker, I was in the trades, I'd have a bunch of 6-inch pieces of fucking 2x4 too.
Exactly.
And you'd be like, why?
But
what are you gonna use those?
Yeah,
Well,
but how many times
I'm
have
making
you
a platform. I'm making a little step.
Yeah,
of course.
It's just, I wouldn't say it's just something. If you're on a job site or something, like, I could use that piece of material somewhere.
Yeah.
So why would I get rid of it?
And the rise of a stair is 7.5 inches.
Yeah.
You put one 6-inch and then another damn near 7.5 inches right
I
there.
just got to find a reason to build a set of stairs.
a step.
Need a step.
A step.
So stuff like that. So I really want to
dude, that's so funny.
Finish this month strong when it comes to purging some stuff and getting organized that way, and then solidify this business plan, and then if things keep progressing the way they are and will, then late spring, early summer could start construction, and could be a lot of fun. So
that's awesome.
Yeah,
let's go. Let's keep building our dreams.
Yeah,
that's the best.
Yeah,
and it's so much fun to watch each other do it.
Yeah,
and
then I'm still wrestling with this whole teacher energy thing, like what I'm supposed to do with it. I'm really, this will be I'll probably actually need some more support and dare say coaching from the likes of you and Ari and Dan and whoever else wants to participate. But
nothing has to be rushed. That's the thing about that.
Yeah.
I spent years educating myself before.
Yeah. And when I alluded to it before, when I said, like when it comes to sketching and laying out a floor plan and stuff for this new business idea, I can literally sketch 24 hours a day. Like I just love it. And something like the whole coaching thing, like I like the idea of it, but I don't feel lit up right now. So I feel like I'm forcing the issue if I'm trying to find time to carve out to do this and that. Like I just need to let it set aside. The energy's there. The piece is there, but whenever it's meant for me, it's gonna really light up. At least that's the way I kind of feel right now.
Yeah.
Because I've put a lot of pressure on myself, thinking that, well, the tarot says I should speak more, and the astrology reading says I need to speak more, but I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself when it comes to timelines.
Yeah.
And then I, did this business thing, and then I have a website now. It's like, well, you got to be monetizing that stuff somehow. Well, why do I have to?
Yeah.
Why can't I just teach by being a good father and then going to class and supporting someone, or the men's circle and holding space or learning from them or whatever that might be? And then
there's so many opportunities to speak. Yeah. And it doesn't, I think the two you have is very fulfilling.
Yeah.
and it's also like it's a gym. You're working out,
Yeah.
getting better at it.
Yeah.
It's not like you're of not getting better, not doing it.
Yeah.
You're doing it every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks. So yeah, I think it's just pressure I put on myself, and that could be that whole achievement gremlin thing too, right? That kind of
Yeah.
pops up, and I need to do something with it. So anyway, but yeah, no, I'm stoked. I want to build on the momentum I've built from this past year because, like I said, I had a really hard time, call it finding a negative. Of course, there's a million different lessons, but it was a good year for me. And like you
Mhm.
just said, the summer of Jeff, the year of Jeff, like actually, and everyone benefited from it.
Yeah.
My
What?
family benefited from it.
Not cool.
Old friends, new friends benefited from it, and then mostly, of course, I benefited from it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Slingshot. Sometimes you got to pull yourself back,
yeah,
launch yourself forward.
yeah, that's tough sometimes.
It's tough because it's you're going into the unknown again.
Well, you know what it is too. Like even people around me that, because I used to take a lot of pride in being a workaholic, like labeling myself a workaholic, like, oh, fuck, no, it didn't work me, and I worked that out. Like
Yeah, nobody
it is the
did. It was
dumbest thing.
it was exhausting for
Yeah,
others, I'm
it's
sure.
so poisonous.
Yeah.
It can serve a purpose, but it's
Hmm.
my again, my endurance is still there, and
Yeah.
I can do it if I need to, but
And it's fun
it
sometimes.
is fun sometimes.
Like moving
Like doing
a few
our
tons of bricks.
Yeah, that's right.
That was
Doing
fun
the
in the sun.
studio's landscape job.
Oh, I love doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Give me labor.
yeah.
It's good.
But in spurts, you don't have to do it for
No,
6 months in a row.
no. Yeah.
Yeah, but where I was going with that is, it potentially feels like I've changed, so then I might not resonate or connect with others that I used to line up because they might still have that rise and grind mentality or that workaholic mentality, and so um, yeah, I even think of a cousin of mine that we get along great, but witnessing him, I wish he would slow down.
Mm,
I'm actually seeing, recently injured himself, and like he gets a lot of whispers from the divine to slow down,
mm,
but he has so much pride and working so hard and everything
yeah.
else.
Yeah.
That's a whole
You
side
only know
story. But
what
the
you
whole
know.
point is, it's like there's this feeling I have that if I've changed, I can't connect with that person as much
Mm,
as I used to.
yeah.
So I'm just probably telling myself stories, but
It changes. You have
yeah,
more compassion and love for them.
yeah, yeah. And I can still show up and help this person if they need to grind or whatever. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, like I asked you about goals. I don't obviously a goal of a new venture and stuff is exciting, but aside from that, it's just kind of one day at a time.
Yeah.
That's the goal really for me. Um, I kind of wish I had all the like a lot of money.
Hmm.
Like we have enough. Like we were good. I
Yeah.
wish I had a lot because I could do
Yeah.
a
You could just
lot
be.
of different
Oh
shit.
man, I would love that too. Maybe that's what
We
we
could
do
go
in 2024. Let's get a lot
buy
of
a
money.
buy our boat,
Yeah.
buy a boat each, and just like ride together
Oh, dude,
or
no.
separate.
I'm see the thing about me is I'm comfortable being a passenger.
Yeah.
I'll be wakeboarding. You can
Okay.
drive the boat.
Yeah, I'll drive then.
It's yeah.
Um,
But let's do that.
yeah,
2024. Let's just like acquire a lot of money, and then support the world
mhm.
with it.
I got a lot of goals with it.
That's great.
I know what I do tomorrow. 100,000% what I'd be doing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Good.
Yeah,
Money's coming your way. You just have to hold the course. It'll be yours. You have the vision.
that's beautiful. That's one thing. If I was to touch on this, is one thing I do deal with is, I mean, we're so blessed to have the golf club, and it does really well uh, during the winter months, and we have great staff, and we've worked really hard to support them, and they support
Beautiful
us.
place
And
to be.
yeah, thank you. And there is I don't spend as much time there as I used to the first 3 years. Like this is the first year I've really, and even last year, but more so this year too, backed off. And obviously doing stuff behind the scenes, but I'm not on the floor as much and stuff. Like watching money come in abundance, and I'm not physically working to achieve it, it's it's taken me a little bit of work here recently to accept.
Mm.
It's like, is this too good to be true?
Yeah.
Like, is it possible that I could build a business, be an entrepreneur, support other people, lead them, teach them, guide them, coach them? They help support the business. We pay them well. They're enjoying their life. They're able to do stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not physically having to exchange my time for money. It's a bit of a weird feeling. Like, is this tap going to turn off? Like, do I have to panic? Like,
It changed form though.
yeah.
It's different.
Mm-hmm.
Like the most effective way to make money is to create a machine that runs itself. Um, I maybe not. I don't know. I don't know that much about making money, I guess. But I do believe that every business should be a process of creating a machine that runs itself
Mm-hmm.
and is self-fulfilling and also is doing good for the world and all involved.
Mm-hmm.
And then it becomes a way that you get to gain the ability to help more people with the financial abundance that you have, um, which is living in integrity with your values and your dream.
Well, that story that I tell there is really probably about self-worth and deserving. Is, I'm not saying it keeps me up at night. I'm just saying the thought comes into my head once in a while when we've had a good weekend here. It's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And you're so grateful for it all.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe there's some people, some business owners stuff, they might take it for granted. They just go, this is just our business. I don't see what the big deal is, Jeff. Like, that's what it does. It makes fucking money. What do you expect it to do?
Yeah.
But for me, I think there's an element of self-worth and just an acceptance that I'm deserving of the abundance, right? So I think that's the key for me, just to, make sure that I'm sitting still in the morning, and not that I'm not grateful. Of course I am. I say it a lot and I feel it a lot. But even just to calm the system and go, no, you've worked really hard to achieve this.
Yeah, dude. You work so hard.
And allow this. So it's beautiful. And like, I'll be 40.
Surrender.
I'll be 41 in March here. And
Aries season, baby. Yeah.
And
that might be the next time I drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe me too.
No.
March. But I'm like, what? Where will I be when I'm 80? What will that look like?
Yeah.
What will another 40? Because, yeah, time is speeding up a little bit as we get a little bit older here.
Yeah, and you're a teenager for half of it.
Yeah.
Like, you're a child for half of it.
But again, I think, I figured who I am, feel very strong with who I am, solid family, solid foundations, and it's like, I'm going to be able to
60.
Going to be able to expedite what the next 9 years look like. Like, what when I get to 50, what does that look like? So I think I'm like, almost, I feel my blood pumping right now. It's like, what does the next year look like then?
I know. I'm only 32.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. I'm young. I'm excited. The potential is insane.
Yeah. I think the beautiful thing is, obviously, age is a number. I don't feel anywhere near fucking 41, 40.
No. I've never been stronger, more capable, faster.
Yeah.
Have more endurance.
Yeah.
Be embodied in my heart, my soul, and my mind. And
I wish I was in this kind
spirit.
I wish I was in this kind of shape when I was 18.
Yeah.
I was a runt.
Dude, I was a runt too. I was a sick little runt. Sad little, depressed little runt.
Yeah. I am a little envious that you're as wise as you are at 32. It kind of pisses me off a little bit. But I'm happy for you.
Thanks, dude. It's only to the amount I engage with the pain of my life.
Yeah.
Because there are some people that have experienced the pain that I felt and didn't engage with it as maybe effectively might be the word, and it shows. But I have a deep desire I'm a feeler, man. A deep desire to feel love and share love, give love, be a good human being. And yeah, I wouldn't whenever I've done like anything bad in my life, I really like it doesn't sit well with me, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like doing the work, being whole within yourself. It is the most fulfilling thing ever,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I'm really, yeah, I'm glad. It should make you mad because it's fucking awesome, dude. It's so cool being 32 and all these older gentlemen reflecting back to me that I'm wise.
You've
You
had
know?
more injuries than me though.
Yeah,
So,
because
you
yeah,
push it.
because I fucking go. But that's also the reason that like I've had so many lessons and so much pain in my life.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it comes with the territory
Yeah.
of experience.
Yeah. Well, dude, I'm looking forward to the next year here, and yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm so glad we podcasted. It has been a minute.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a minute, but it was good to sit.
Well, we discussed. I would love to. I know you would too. Get a little more consistent, but it's tough. We're busy,
You know,
but we gotta cover the time
yeah, we love it. It's something that really fulfills us.
and get a guest on. We should probably get Ari on here soon.
February. Let's do that when I'm back.
Yeah.
Let's get her on. Let's plan it. She's gonna. What would you ask her? Like, so I already have prompts. Like,
Oh, do you?
what's the like? What do questions mean to you, and the power of questions. Also, what's her 2024 vision? Dude,
I'd love to hear it.
this year is gonna be a year. It's gonna be buckle up.
Yeah.
The thing about her is she dreams big and she executes. I don't know anybody better at executing than her. That's the coolest thing ever. It's very inspiring.
Yeah. Again, I've said it. I'll say it again. Like she's a very impactful person, and her ability to hold space and then push you to your absolute edge
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
is crazy.
She can hold you so tenderly while you bleed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's actually like
Well,
my
she's the one who made you bleed.
yeah. I'm so grateful for her. She's my best friend and yeah, my soul sister, man.
Yeah.
I feel so lucky. Like
Yeah.
it's insane. Yeah. I'm really that's one of my biggest takeaways was like um the depth of friendship you can have. You know, that was just it's so rich.
Mm-hmm.
And trust.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
But it's to show all of you.
Mm-hmm.
To be completely open.
Yeah.
This is me. It's who I was.
Yeah.
And this is who I am. This is my heart, and these are my dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And they receive all of that, and they say, "I love you. You know, you're the best. Let's go."
Well, now that we've built her up, she better execute.
Oh, she will.
She better deliver.
Yeah, she might get bored.
Yeah,
Her feedback to me was like, "Why aren't they 30 minutes? And like, why aren't they like give me the information? Just give me the information."
Oh, really?
I'm like, it's a conversation, Ariana.
Yeah.
It's a casual conversation.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Doesn't have to be so intense all the time, right?
Comes along with being a double Scorpio. It's intensity, dude.
It takes time to develop stuff, though. Like you just, yeah.
I think that's also one of my lessons this year. Having a lot of Scorpio energy is a lot. She's enough.
Yeah.
Maybe if in my next relationship, I'm definitely open to something not being so intense. Yeah, I have a best friend that's intense enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first question. It's not even what's your name. What's your name? It's what's your sign?
Yeah. What's your
astrology
sign? I'm sussing out any Scorpios
I
here.
don't care what your name is.
Yeah,
No.
I can't. Just can't do it. I've seen it, experienced it. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, mercy. Well, thanks, brother.
Thanks, dude. Woo! We're back, baby.
Thank you for being with us. We love recording these podcasts. If you know anyone who would resonate with today's episode, we would be grateful if you would share it with them. If you have any questions or comments, do not be shy and reach out. We would love to connect with you. Until next time, be well, love yourself, and live consciously.